Previously on Grassrat's Garage.
We need a house.
A house? You know, they're kind of expensive.
Hey guys. Heard you looking for some real estate.
Jorgenstein!
We got just the thing for you right here.
Is this it here?
This is it right here.
Oh, that don't look bad.
$500.
$500?
It's a fixer-upper. Right in your price range. All right, well, I got a problem back there. This guy won't leave, so I don't know what you're gonna want to do.
I want this place, and I don't want him to come with it. So you know what? I'll get rid of him. I hate squatters. Oh, man. Oh. Junior! Junior, wake up! Junior! Wake up! Time to get up!
I'll tell you what though, Pa, sure does feel nice to finally wake up in a proper home for once.
Yeah, this is nice. I can't wait till we get it all fixed up. Get also some furniture and stuff in here, maybe a few more mini bikes, some tables and chairs. Yeah, this is gonna work out great. This is gonna be really nice when we get it all fixed up. Come on, boy. I should have put some shoes on.
Yeah, Pa.
Those rocks are hard on the feet.
What are you thinking?
Junior, the first thing I need you to do this morning, work on that E-Z Wurkz mower.
Oh man, I hate working on that E-Z Wurkz crap. It's like, what are they doing? Just sitting around in a little white room with their little suits on, dreaming up their little dreamy ways on how to make the worst products ever?
Cost down and the numbers up. Alright, sounds good. I got it. 8-wheel drive system on a 21-inch push mower. Each with its own transmission.
The more transmissions, the more things that can go wrong. And the more things that go wrong, it's the more money for us.
The more money we make, the bigger yacht I can afford.
Oh, yeah, good idea.
I don't think that idea is practical. Why don't we just improve our existing design? If we use stronger steel instead of plastic.
No, I don't think so.
Gotta keep the cost down.
idea.
And I think we should also invest on making it amphibious, so it can mow underwater. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you Aquamo.
Great idea. Oh, I agree completely. Excellent perception.
Cutting underwater? Am I hearing this right? We should be focusing on making it easier to work on.
Whoa. Easier to work on? Why would we do that?
Well, that way it'll be easier for the mechanics.
Easier on the mechanics.
That's great. That's wow.
Whoa. You're funny, lady.
When it breaks, you throw it away and buy another one.
Hey, nobody's working on any of this stuff anymore. And if they are, we definitely don't want to make it any easier for them. Am I right, boys?
No way.
Well, hey, let's wrap this up. I got my third vacation to go on this week, all right?
Pterodactyl here, and today's how-to is going to be on this here MTD. We're going to change the drive belt. So see if this is your tractor. This one just has forward and reverse, and then the pedal to make it go fast. There's no gears. You don't change the gears. This has got a different variable speed drive system. There's another one that's got gears up here, 1 through 7. So if this is your MTD, with this drive system, I'm going to show you how to change the belts. This is what I call the poor man's hydro, because it's a variable speed drive, but they try to make it like it's a pedal hydro, but it's not. It's just a belt-driven vari drive. So the customer had already jerked the deck off for me, so I don't have to do that. So the next thing we're gonna do is open the hood and see if you got a sticker that says what the part numbers are for the drive belts. And again, you gotta use the belts that they recommend. So open the hood and then go get those belts because they have a special angle and they're a little wider than a typical V-belt. If you try to use a regular V-belt that measures this side, that drive isn't going to work right. It's not going to go as fast. So make sure you get the right belts, and we got the belts here. Alright, so next thing, we're going to take the battery out. I already got it disconnected. And then take the battery tray out, just lifts out. Now you can see that rear drive belt. See, the vary drive is in the back. Some of these tractors, this vary drive is in the front. Uh-oh, sounds like money. All right, so you're gonna have to reach in from the top and reach in from the bottom. Here's my hand down here. And you're gonna move this pulley, this spring-loaded idler. You're gonna pull it towards the back of the tractor to get this belt off. So if you got short arms, you might want to take the back wheel off. But if you got long tentacle arms like mine, then you don't have to. So now I got it off that front pulley, and I got it off the variable pulley, and now it'll come off the trans pulley. Some of these tractors you have to take this trans pulley off, but on this one you got enough room. So there, look at that. Boy, he got his money's worth out of that belt. And then always check your pulleys to make sure. I gotta reach under here, tentacle arms again. Oh look, this pulley locked up. Oh, that's not good. So we're gonna have to replace that. And then I'm gonna spin this variable speed pulley. All right, so now that we got the battery out, we got that belt off. Next thing, pinch off the gas line. And now we're gonna flip the tractor on its side. Close the hood. And we want gas cap up, so we don't get gas leaking out of that vent. One other thing you got to do, if you've got this Briggs opposed twin engine, if this engine's on your tractor, you're going to want to take the air cleaner out, and you're going to want to find some kind of plug to plug this vent to. Because when we go to flip this on its side, the engine oil is going to leak out of that tube, and it's going to fill this all with oil, and you're going to have a mess. See? We already had it on its side and it was leaking out. So plug that too if you have this type of engine. And then again, we're going to use our chair to change this other belt. Select the hull. And now I'm going to position it so the steering wheel lands on the chair. Gingerly. Don't be a brute. Now we can get at this belt. Now this is the belt for the deck. But look at this one. Wow. Wow. Let's check these pulleys. Yeah, this one. Probably going to change that one too. You know what? Probably going to change them both. And then here's that variable speed back here. Now to take this variable speed out, you can see this nut is captured in the bottom of the trans. You can just go in from the top and unbolt it, and that whole unit will come out. So, you know what, I'm probably going to take that off too and check it, because there's bearings in there, and I want to make sure them bearings are good. Okay, looky here. There's a little 3/8 head bolt, and it's got a sleeve on it. That's like a belt guide. So one side of the belt goes on this side of that pin, and then the other side of the belt goes on the other side. So all you need is a 3/8. I got a 1/4 inch drive, 3/8 socket, and you can just unscrew it. Get that out of your way. Don't forget to put it back on. Oh, that's right, you won't forget because I'm going to show you how to put it back on. See, just a bolt with a little self-tapping bolt with a collar on it. So we got that out of our way. Now we got to take the engine pulley off. 5/8. And let's hope this comes off. Oh yeah. Now, if your pulley is rusted on there and you can't get it off, you can bend them belt guides out of the way, but don't try to pry on it because you're going to wreck this pulley. So what you can do is, you can get a piece of bar stock, or if you got a good punch, you know, take a punch and a hammer and kind of bend them out of the way. That way you don't damage the pulley. You know, you can get up underneath there with a punch and a hammer. Be careful, don't hit your fingers. And bend them guides out of the way, and maybe you can snake that off. If it's rusted on there and you can't get it off. And there's a little collar on here, so make sure you're aware of that. Curved side always goes towards the engine. I'm just going to leave it on there. All right. So now we can pull this old belt out. Here's another guide that the belt went through. Take it out of there. Now we're to the back of the motor. And probably going to have to take that variable speed pulley out to get this other belt out and get the new one in. Alright, now we're going to take the variable speed pulley off so we can get that belt off. So you're going to need a 9/16 wrench at the top. I got the open end part on it. 9/16 deep well on the bottom. If you got an impact, it'd be better. But I'm showing you with hand tools. Normally I'd have just used an impact. Probably wouldn't even have to hold the top. You just hold them with my fingers here. And zip it off the rest of the way. Going the right way? No. I'm going to go back. There we go. Now this will slide out, the whole unit. Belt stuck on there. And there's a washer. It's a cupped washer to put tension on it, so make sure the curve is this way. You don't want it this way. You want the curve that way. Put tension on it. There's that variable speed pulley. You can tell which way is up because it's all rusty from the water. See, there's like a Teflon washer on there. There's a spacer, and there's needle bearings in there. I'll get you the number of them needle bearings in case you got to replace it. So just hold on a minute, let me go get the part. Don't be impatient. These videos take a long time to make. All right, I'm back, and I got that needle bearing. There's one in the top, one in the bottom. Variator bearing, they call it. Now the part number is smeared, so I'm just going to tell it to you. The MTD part number is 741-0404. And then I got this from Rotary, and its part number is 7241. You might be able to find these parts on the inner screen. I'm sure somebody's selling them. And then on the bottom of the Variator is a washer, and there's another like fiber plastic type washer. That went on the bottom, and then on the top is this Teflon washer and another washer. So just make sure they're there. And then you pull out this sleeve. See, this one's like all sticky. Then you can clean that up with some solvent, or you know what works good for cleaning parts? WD-40 works good for cleaning oil and stuff off. And then if your needle bearings are good, what I normally do is to repack it, get some grease, put it on a screwdriver or something, and slather it all around inside there. So you make sure you got plenty of grease. So I'm gonna go and do that. I'm gonna clean this up, clean that up in there, and then slather some grease in there, put it all back together, and then we'll put that lower belt on. Stay tuned. Okay, this Variator was a little bit sticky too, and what it has is a bronze bushing, probably an oil-like bushing, so when it gets hot, like oil comes out of it, and you can't service this part. So it was sticky, so again I used the WD-40 because it's like a cleaner, it works like a good cleaner, and I sprayed a little on there, and it dissolved any kind of that stickiness that was in there, and now it's spinning good and free. And then another thing, this was a little rusty when I cleaned it, so I buffed it on the wire wheel. But maybe you got one of these where the bearings went out and it ruined this part. So you're gonna have to get the model number from under the seat and look up this part. I don't know the part number for it because I don't have any of these in stock. But you can look it up and then you can order the part. And then since it's such a hot day today, I had me a popsicle. And I took the popsicle stick, worked good for slathering that grease in there. Yeah, worked good on a hot day. Alright, so we stick the spacer back in. And then, you know what? This part is symmetrical. And if you don't know what symmetrical means, it means it's the same on both ends. So, you can't mess it up if you put it on the other way. But I know which way is the top because it's got all this rust from where water was on there. But I'm going to try to put it on the same way. So here's the long bolt with that little white Teflon washer. Now make sure you get that washer over that spacer. You don't want it offset when you crank it down because then it ain't going to work right. And then on the bottom, that spacer is going to stick out a little, and then you put that other like plastic washer on the bottom. Teflon on the top. Plastic type washer on the bottom, then a washer. And see, this washer fits kind of tight, which is good if I can get it on there, because it kind of holds everything together. So your little washers don't slip out. Come on, you little bugger, you. I may have to tap that down with a hammer. Alright, I snaked the belt back through by the trans. And I got the Variator ready. I got all my washers locked in. Now I'm going to go in from the top, under the seat. It's a little tricky. And I'm going to get that started. And then I'm going to put the belt on. There. Now that cup washer, and then the nut. And then get your 9/16 on the top again to hold it. You gotta find the head of the bolt. And then I'm just going to zip it on with the impact. Alright, so we got that on. Now I'm going to replace these pulleys. I hope I got them in stock. Alright, I need to replace all three of them idler pulleys. So I looked them up, and the part number is 756-04224. All three of the pulleys use that part number. But guess what? I don't have that one. So I have to confirm with the Board of Idlers. here's one. Same diameter, same width. It's just got a little added lip. Looks a little heavier duty. It's got like a better bearing in it. This is another thing you do. Since it's got that spacer on there, I set them down next to each other. Same height. So I'm going to use these. So just remember that. And this one is Rotary, from Rotary. And that part number is, looks like 2128 or something. Can you see that, Mr. Cameraman? So if you want to use a different pulley or a better pulley, remember, they're just pulleys. It's not the space shuttle. Lawnmower. So I'm going to put 3 of these on there. And they're about the same price. There's the wall of idler. Okay, this idler pulley here has got a bolt that goes all the way through the frame. Now, on later model tractors, they put a hole underneath this sticker. Under this sticker, they had a hole. So you're going to have to feel around and see if you can feel a soft spot. And if you do, cut it open so you can get to the nut. What they should have did was welded this nut underneath here. This tractor didn't have that hole. So I cut a hole in there. Otherwise, you got to take these fenders off to get to that nut, which would require you to take these bolts out in the front, take the 4 bolts that hold the seat on. 2 of these bolts are being covered by this heavy spring, so you'd have to pop that off. You'd have to take the knobs off, and then you could probably lift this up enough to reach your arm way in there to get at that nut. But since this is just a kind of a, you know, this isn't a show tractor, so why not just bore a hole in there? So I'm going to give you the measurements in case yours doesn't have the access hole for that nut. So from the edge of the floorboard to the center of the nut is about 14 inches. And then from here, from the dash panel to the center is about 1.5 inches. So you could probably take, I took a hole saw and cut a hole in there. Or maybe you could drill a hole and then just somehow wallow it out. Otherwise, you're going to have to pull these fenders up. But I think that access hole would be better because what if you have this tractor for a long time and you got to change that pulley again? You're going to want to sit there and pull all them fenders and stuff off again? But some genius over there at MTD at a later point ended up putting a hole in there. We didn't get lucky. So I had to put a hole in there. Now, I can get in there and unbolt this. I got a socket wrench, 9/16 on this side, and my impact. Now I can unbolt it. Just to change this pulley. Now be careful, because when you pull it off, here's this arm. And then see, they got a shoulder on there and this thick washer. So I can take all that off. Get the bolt off. And you see, this pulley, you got to flip it up this way now. Put the thick washer, put the spacer on there. Now we can install this. Now the other one, that spacer goes this way. See, now they line up. Then you can put the nut on, and then I still have to replace this one. Now, put this through here. And I'm going to fish this through here. Now I can put the engine pulley on. Don't forget that spacer. That spacer fell off when we were flipping it up and down. And then I had this tied up. Line up my key. Get the belt on there. Make sure it's around the guides. And then make sure it's on the inside. And I can put the engine bolt back in. Make sure you tighten that down. Alright, got that engine fully tight. Now I gotta take this one back off. I should have just left it off. Because this has got to go around like this. There we go. Now I can tighten it up. Alright, now, remember that screw 3/8 with the little sleeve on it? So we want this down, want the belt down, holding that down with my finger, and let's get that in there. Gotta have those octopus, oh, dropped it. Ah, I can hear it fall in places. See, that ain't easy. All right, I found it. Octopus fingers. This is tricky. I'm holding it. Got the wrench on there. Don't fall again. There it is. All right. There. Now remember, the belt's on this side and the other belt's on top. Okay. Now this guy brought it in with the belt off for the deck. And we had this wired up. Alright, now I'm going to change this one since we're under here. 9/16 again on both sides. Reach your hand through here. These little battery impacts are nice. They're kind of expensive, but well worth the money. All right. Man. These belts are a pain. Reaching through here again. All right. That's on, that's tight. Pulley's tight. Got our little spacer in. Belt's all routed. Flip it back on its tires and put that back belt on and put the battery in. And remember to take all that other stuff off. Yeah. Now, hand me that belt. Flashlight. Slip it in under that bar. Put it around the variable. Put it around the trans. Then you're just gonna have to reach under again like we did when we started. Octopus arms, tentacles. Pull back. All right. You had to just change that belt. Oh yeah, let's touch on one other thing like we always do on these MTD mowers with this drive system. Check your brakes too. Sometimes the brakes lock up and that's what burns the belts up in the first place because the tractor can't move. It's a brake clutch. So check out my brake video and it'll show you how to fix the brakes and adjust them and lubricate them. So check that out too. Okay, we got the battery back in. We got it back up on its tires. Don't forget, take off this clamp for the fuel line, and if you got the opposed twin, take this cap out. Somebody's here. Oh, it's Donny. This is his grandma's tractor I'm working on.
Hey, Taryl.
Hey, Donny.
You working on my grandma's mower?
Yeah, it's just about done.
Oh, great, great, great. She's gonna be happy.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks good.
Uh-huh.
Hey, what's that hole right there?
I had to drill a hole in there, Donny, to get at that pulley.
Grandma's not gonna like that.
I think Grandma will be okay
She's gonna
with
be
it.
upset, I think.
Why, she don't want me drilling holes in her tractor?
No, that's a tractor.
Well, then I'll put a plug or something in there, a plastic plug. to make
Yeah,
it
she'll
look
never
nice.
know. She'll never know then.
Or I'll just put this coffee can that she's got on there.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'll just tell her you put that hole in.
Oh no, please, I'll get grounded for a week.
Well, all right, Donny. I'm almost done with Grandma's tractor. Go home and tell her.
Oh, right away.
Yeah. Get out of here, Donny.
Can I come back and pick it up in a little bit?
Yeah. Go home and tell Grandma her mower's ready.
Okay, now.
And bring some money.
How much?
Just grab Grandma's purse and bring it with you.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna start it up. We're gonna test drive it. Make sure Donny's grandma's tractor works. There's your dinner. Oh man, this thing is just ridiculous to work on.
I told you, Pa, stuff's crap.
It's almost like they intentionally designed it so it would be hard to work on. I think I'm gonna give E-Z Wurkz a little piece of my mind.
What are you gonna do, Pa? You gonna leave negative feedback on their website?
No, not this time, Junior. When you want results, you need to go to the source of the problem.
So yeah, I really think it'd be in our best interest to put that feature on there because it'll really stick it to the mechanics.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
You hear that? Somebody's in the bathroom.
Evening, everybody.
Can we help you? Who is this guy?
Oh, you can help me, but I got a feeling you won't.
What do you mean?
What, you think I'm stupid? I heard all that stuff you saying about mechanics and consumers. You guys are done. Denied. Over. Now, which one of you maggots came up with the easy access port on the POS 8000?
Who's her idea?
Is this true?
Kinda was.
Oh, well that's delightful. I like that feature. You're not a maggot. You know what?
You're free to go.
What? How does she? What?
Bye.
How's she gonna?
No, that's not fair. That's not fair.
Now for the rest of you maggots, I got something special in store for y'all.
I'm not afraid of you. Let's get him, boys. All right, bring it on, you freak.
Come on, you! That didn't even hurt!
That didn't hurt, but this will.
You're the last one!
Stay back.
You ripped a lot of people off! Made a lot of people mad!
Trying to earn
Including me!
Don't hurt me.
I'm the last face you're gonna see. Maybe next time you'll put a little bit more thought into these products when you're designing them. I think my work is done here. Hey everybody, Taryl here, and I thought I'd take you on a tour of my new house. Come on, let's take a tour. Pretty spacious. Well, that's a tour of my new house. And you know what else? That carbon monoxide will kill any kind of mice or bugs that are in here too. There's your dinner.